All right. Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of Our Parents' Basement, a nerd-tastic podcast that is 10 times better than anything else on the internet. Now, last week, we were missing one of our castmates as we discussed libations, gaming, and a combination of the two. But if you missed it, be sure to check it out on our website, our YouTube channel, iTunes, or Stitcher. Tonight, he's back, and tonight is our 10th episode. So before we dive in, let's introduce everyone. So, as you all know, I'm Cashel, and you might be questioning just how long it takes to look this good, but I won't tell you. And with me, we have Turf, someone whose dedication to Nintendo is unquestionable. He's here. Say hi, Turf.
That's right.
There you
I don't know
go.
what that means, but okay.
Yep. And we also have Zach Z, and no one ever questions him when it comes to his expertise on the Fire Emblem series.
Yeah.
And last but not least, if you have a question about a camera, ask this guy. Mr. Nikon is here as well.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing out there?
I'm glad you are back this week.
Yes. And the week before that, I was kind of here, but not really here.
Yeah, that's okay though. Well, welcome all of you, and as I mentioned a couple times before, we are already 10 episodes in, and I think in honor of this milestone, we decided to do a little something different. We asked our fans to ask us questions, and tonight we will be answering these questions that they all asked. This should be a lot of fun. It'll be a little bit different from what we usually do, so I'm excited to get into it. So what we're going to do first is give the floor over to Mr. Nikon, and he has a list of questions from our fans. So, Mr. Nikon, why don't you read the first one for us?
All right. This one's actually from one of my friends from way back in high school. Is Kevin.
Okay.
He's also got his own podcast. 8-Bit Geek. So I'll promote one of my friends there too. His question is, what is your favorite vintage arcade game? So.
Oh, geez.
What counts as vintage?
Probably from 90s and before, like.
So anything like...
Dreamcast is the cutoff.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, this is your friend, Charles. What's yours?
Jeez, I've got to pick one. Um, I like Lucky and Wild, which is a pretty fun game. It's it's a shooting game. You play a cops. One's lucky, one's wild, and you're driving too. It's a driving game, and you're shooting at the same time. So the driver shoot, and if you're playing two-player, your buddy shoots too. So you got the guns right here, and the steering wheel's right here, and you got your gas and brakes. So you're just shooting as you drive like this. So it is fun.
That sounds really, really hard.
It's pretty easy once you get used to it.
Okay, cool. Well, Turf, what about you? What's your favorite one?
Oh shit, sorry.
Turf?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, you. You're the
Sorry,
only Turf I know.
I wasn't paying attention. I was off in my own little world.
Right here. Right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is kind of question. I say it all the time. It's Contra. My favorite game is Contra. I have the European version. I have the U.S. version. I'm in the process of getting the Japanese version. I like everything, the cool idea of running and shooting. I play the game constantly. Well, I'll say constantly. I play it at least once a week all the way through. It never gets old. It's a good way to rot my brain. Big fan of Contra. Super C, Contra 3, Contra Hardcore, Contra 4 on the DS, which you haven't played it, you're missing out because it's a cool use of the two screens. Yeah, Contra, the whole series. I love it.
And the arcade version is probably the hardest of them all.
I didn't even know they made an arcade version of Contra. That shows you what I know.
It was an arcade
Like-
game first, actually.
Yeah, and that's harder than like the Nintendo versions. So
Oh, man. And you couldn't do a Konami code for the arcade. You could do like 30 quarters, maybe, but
Yeah.
I
that
wouldn't
adds up
say that
after a while.
it's really harder. It's just once you get used to the original or the NES version, it's different. The timing is just a little bit different.
Mhm.
Yes.
on all the jumps and stuff. So that makes it more hard, I guess, 'cause it's different
That's
than
what-
what you're used to. So,
That's why I have trouble playing
that's
versus
my 2
Mario.
cents.
Sure.
Yeah, because the timing's just a little bit off on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, sounds like the timing's the biggest issue with that. So, well, Zach, how about you? What's your favorite vintage arcade game?
If we're going pre-90s or 90s and after or before, I'm just gonna say was a classic Metal Slug.
Oh, good one.
Doesn't
Nice.
doesn't matter which one, just Metal Slug.
Those games are hard too.
Okay, hold on. Stop. I get the floor again because I missed part of the question. I didn't know we said arcade game.
Oh.
So I was just saying favorite game.
Get into
Once
it.
again, I wasn't paying attention. So that's
Are you
I'm
watching
everywhere.
basketball or
Turf,
something?
give your life back to Christ and pay attention, all right? Let's get into it.
hallelujah.
Sure.
Amen.
Turf,
Anyways,
are you watching basketball?
You maybe it's halftime. No, 2 minutes 35 seconds. Anyways, my favorite vintage arcade game now. I would have said Miss Pac-Man. I would have said Donkey Kong. I would have said Galaga. Galaga was it for a long time.
Oh,
But thank you, Mr. Nikon. I'm gonna say you turned me on to this to my new favorite arcade game, Robotron 2084. Holy cow, that game's fun. I found an arcade in northern Arkansas, and I hit it up when I was up there for work. And anyways, I was playing it, and I set the third high score for the place. You know, they got a little
Nice.
card up there. So I got to put my name up there for number 3. Of course, I played it for quite a while before I did that, but man, that game's so much fun. It's got such a unique control scheme, and yeah, Robotron. If you haven't played it and you see one, drop a quarter in it. It's fantastic.
Or buy the machine.
I'm working
I
on
mean,
that.
yeah.
God, I love a Robotron machine someday. But I
That
don't.
game was really fun. It was,
I don't-
again, so hard. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Difficult games.
And I said when you play that game, you're just not moving the two joysticks. Your whole body gets into it all of a sudden once you really get into it.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I've seen guys play that game and they break out into a sweat playing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But it's,
Crazy Guys, the Ghost.
you have the two crazy guys at the Ghost.
And Mr. Nikon is a representative, sort of the Galloping Ghost there in Chicago. So,
Yes.
very nice. Well, as for my favorite arcade game, I'm going to have to go with Konami's X-Men. This classic multiplayer game goodness, I can play it by myself as Nightcrawler, or I can play with a bunch of friends, but I still call Nightcrawler. And as long as, we have someone, as long as we're all working together and, tag teaming the bosses, we usually are able to finish the game in not too many quarters. So, no one ever plays as the Dazzler, though. Why did they even include her in that game? Do you guys remember her at all?
Wasn't she actually made for that game?
No,
Like,
she
didn't
was
show
in the
up comic
cartoon.
before that. Oh, she was.
Yeah, she was in like the cartoon that game is based off of. She was in that, and she was there, but her powers were so dumb in the video game. So
Jubilee?
not Jubilee, the Dazzler. Jubilee's like Dazzler later in the life. So yeah, but not Jubilee.
I was always Colossus in that game.
Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. But yeah, that's my favorite arcade game. So good question, Mr. Nikon. Be sure to thank your friend for asking that.
I'm trying to get him on the show one of these days. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, Turf, why don't you ask the next question?
All right, this one comes from Facebook from a fellow named Brandon, and he wants to know what other stuff are you into that doesn't quite fit the Our Parents Basement show. So, what kind of hobbies or what other things what other interests do you have that doesn't really fit the general nerd culture that we try to cover on here?
Well,
Mr. Nikon, go ahead. You go first.
I'm a cyclist too. I ride my bike a lot. During the summer, I could easily put in 500 miles a week, no problem. So,
That's pretty cool.
What else do I am into? Collecting random crap. my baseball card collection, which I haven't really been doing much in years. So
Mhm.
that we could talk about that at another show. That's kind of like nostalgia.
Yeah.
But other than that, cycling and that's it. Photography.
Yeah, there's that too. Oh, that's pretty
That's cool.
Two expensive hobbies,
Yeah.
including video game.
What about you, Zach?
I got a mountain bike that I take out as much as I can. Other than that, I mean, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm trying to play Magic the Gathering, which, yeah, it does kind of fall into nerd stuff, but I don't know about you guys with that.
That's a different nerd level.
Yeah.
The rest of us are here. You're like up here.
Hey, I used to play Magic all the time when I was in 7th grade. I was addicted.
But yeah.
You were addicted.
And I also collect CDs. I've got pretty much over 200 of them.
Ah.
Cool. Music man over here.
And other than that, just archery, actually. I actually really enjoy
Archery.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got some Robin Hood up
I
in
actually
here.
bought a recurve bow, I guess a couple years ago, and I decided I was going to learn how to shoot a recurve bow, which it's the one without the pulleys. It's just kind of sticking a string. And I'm like, okay. I was thinking, yeah, I can do this. I got this in case the zombie apocalypse ever breaks out. I've got a stick and a string. I don't need cams or any of that stuff. So I tried. That's hard. That is a really difficult skill. I practiced it, and I got to where I could shoot okay from probably about 10 yards, but further than that, it's not happening. And every time I try to line up a shot, it wasn't working, so it was more of those just pull up and let it rip and shoot by feel, kind of off the hip. But it's fun. Archery is really fun.
I've only tried it once.
Yeah. I got this compound bow here, and I don't have any arrows for it because they're freaking expensive.
Make your
The
own.
arrows are expensive. That's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it's like $80 just for the shaft.
Shaft.
Get some sticks and sharpen them. Put some feathers on there and launch them.
Yeah, and they'll explode when you release it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Use stronger feathers. I don't know.
But yeah, I got a recurve that I use mostly.
Cool.
I also collect records too.
Oh, vinyls?
Yeah.
Nice. Those are coming back.
A lot of punk stuff.
I only got 2 vinyls.
Oh.
Both of them Dio.
Yeah.
Holy
We
Diver
have,
and Last in Line.
When you have a
8 of them.
vinyl, when you have a vinyl collecting problem when you start collecting test pressings. Like, oh, that's 1 of 5 in the world.
Jeez.
Sure, plus some other stuff you do.
Who was that for?
All right, some stuff that I do. My number one because I don't have a whole lot of free time, but what I do on one day a week anyhow, I teach children's jiu-jitsu, and then I do Brazilian jiu-jitsu for the adults class. So I'm not bad at it, but I'm not good because, I'm just not built for it, but I have a good time doing it. It's a good exercise, way to work up a good sweat, and I get to take. I say it's a good stress relief because you can't think of anything else on planet Earth when someone's trying to choke you unconscious. That's the only worry you have. So the work and kids and life, everything goes away when somebody's trying to choke you. So that's my number one thing and passion and something I really enjoy. I wish I had more time to do it and more time to spend with it, but oh well, I'd give it what I can. So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu, just organized like a team, fighting like a family.
What a sales pitch. Oh, that's funny. Me, I
What
guess?
about you, Cashel?
I'm kind of boring. I don't know. Other than the usual, try to stay fit and healthy. I'm not a cyclist, but I usually go to the fitness center three times, sometimes 4 times a week. Just trying to, stay svelte. I love to swim. I love snorkeling. If I could breathe underwater, you guys would never see me because I would love to just be in the ocean or the lake or whatever, just as long as possible.
Kind of like
Um,
Waterworld, have the gills behind your ears.
that movie was terrible, so no. But yeah, same idea. Sorry, Kevin. But yeah, I love to swim and I love to travel as well. Trying to think, I'm not going anywhere exciting anytime soon, but uh, been on a couple of really awesome cruises. I got to see the glaciers when I went to Alaska, and I got to um, snorkel in the coral reefs, so that was neat. Yeah, that's basically about it. I'm not like a total outdoorsy person, but if it's a tropical climate and there's sand and the shore involved, I am outside as much as possible. So
Nice.
living in Nashville, I can't really do that. It's landlocked. So yeah,
No.
that was a good question. I like that one.
Oh, I forgot another thing I do all the time. I do a lot of cooking too. One of my hobbies.
Yeah, I'm pretty decent at cooking also.
You cook too. All right. Potluck.
It's a big hobby of mine.
Yeah. I make a pretty damn good turkey when I do Thanksgiving turkeys and shit. So.
All right. Thanksgiving at
What a coincidence!
Mr. Nikon's
I'm very
place.
good at eating.
You guys should come up here for Thanksgiving.
Actually, that'd be kind of fun.
Don't tempt us to take you up on that.
Yeah. I show up with our luggage. Hey, we're here. Where's my room?
I'll set up a tent in the backyard.
It's like an Airbnb.
I'm not sleeping in a tent on Thanksgiving in Chicago. It's just not happening.
Yeah, and
Hey, it's Chicago Thanksgiving. It could be 80 degrees. It could be minus 80.
It's true.
if it's minus 80, he'd be dead.
Minus 80, I'm still growing.
Yeah. Oh God, Lord. Well, Turf, be sure
All
to
right,
tell
Zach, fire
Brandon
off a
thanks for
question.
that. So yeah, Zach, go ahead.
All right, you know what? This one comes from Brad on Facebook. Do you see VR gaming as being the wave of the future?
No,
No.
I do not.
Yeah, no.
They tried it back in the early 90s, mid 90s, and it died off. And it's starting to come back now. It's probably gonna die off again.
It's
I
like
don't
the
think it's
end
a cool
gauge. It's
gimmick.
not going to happen. All right.
Yeah,
So-
I don't see it working in gaming a whole lot. I mean, yeah, you're going to have those one or two games that will take full advantage of it. But for the most part, it's just a gimmick. Just like 3D TV. Just closer to your face.
Yeah.
However, I can see a lot of benefits in it with other fields, like medical
Yeah, medical, absolutely.
and porn.
And
Oh,
porn.
God. Well, actually, that could be fun. That could be fun. Yeah.
And military training too. They use it for that sometimes. So.
Yeah, driving classes or flight simulators, that sort of thing. But for video games, no
Yeah,
interest. None.
it's-
Done. Nope.
I
Unless
think it
you-
would be fun. I think it would be a good time, and I think it would like the novelty of it. Like if you ran into the VR deal at an arcade or something like that, and you played it for 10 minutes or whatever, then you'd go on. But as far as me replacing all my games with VR, replacing my sit down on my console, on my controller, sitting on the couch, playing co-op with a buddy, playing co-op online, whatever else, it's not going to replace that.
Yeah, and
They tried that. Like the Wii was a cool novelty when it came out. It's just not going to happen. It's
I was just about to
motion
say,
controls are gone.
with the Wii. I mean, yeah, I definitely still see a benefit for motion controls in games, especially since that's pretty much brought back light gun games. That
Yeah.
to me is actually a good reason for the motion controls, but I still can't see a benefit for VR.
For gaming, no, I can't. I have nothing to say about it other than nope.
I
No
concur.
interest. Yep.
All right.
So thanks for that question. That was from Brad, you said?
Yep.
Well, thank you, Brad. All right, Mr. Nikon, fire off another one.
Let's see here. Here we go. This is on from Facebook from Adam. Why does Casual prefer games with a female lead?
Why does casual prefer? Good question. I never really thought about that, but I guess I really do. I don't know. Part of it is because it's kind of different from what the usual video game is all about. You're not this big, strong, burly man rescuing the damsel in distress. You're the girl who's actually saving the day, or you can be the girl who's just trying to save her store from, filing for bankruptcy. Not to get on a political tangent here, I think women are severely misrepresented in a lot of ways in our world. So any chance to see more female representation in a game and play as a strong bad bitch, I really enjoy that sort of thing because power to the people, women's rights, all that good stuff. I'm all for it. So I don't know. I never thought about it too much. I guess kind of. And usually the games I play with that do feature a female lead are really fun, so that helps as well, of course. I don't know.
Okay.
So.
Male, female, doesn't matter. Honestly, I think it just as long as the game's good and as long as the story makes sense. Because you try to put a female lead in a male role, doesn't always work out. I'm sorry. It doesn't always.
Can you give an example?
Well, I'm just saying in general.
Okay. Cool.
In where I'll admit that most of the time, given the choice, I'll probably go for the female. I don't know why. I just tend to do that. Mainly with games that have character creation, they tend to have more options.
Yeah.
So that's why I tend to go with them.
Cool.
And it seems a lot of time, the less and less clothes they get on, the better their armor gets for some odd reason.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I do like making fun outfits for females and for males, but it's really fun for females. And in a lot of the game, like in the Tales series, and Zach can attest to this, you could have a lot of accessories you can put on your characters, and I could spend hours just making sure everyone looks spot on. They're not fighting no monsters looking like a hot mess. So, thanks for that question, Adam. I really liked answering it.
Yeah, thank you, Adam.
Moving on, Turf.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ask a
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
he won't.
question
Yep.
to myself. Who did this come from? Somebody say go.
Well, Zach Z, why don't you ask a question?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Geez,
You just close the thing.
No, I'm just trying to find one, but here we go. If someone were to break one of your things, controller, game, rip a comic, etc., how would you react? We're assuming it's a friend and not just a random person.
Who did this question come from?
Christopher on Facebook.
Okay. So wait, he's asking us if someone who we know and are kind of close to broke our shit, how would we react? Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah.
Was it an accident? I mean, if it's an accident, accidents happen. I'd be mad, but I wouldn't be mad at that person.
Let's say out of rage. Just make it
Oh,
fun.
then he would need to file like a 50 feet restraining order thing, because if I came anywhere near him, I'd kill him. Don't break my shit. It's not cool.
Honestly, I'd just be like, come on, just give me your credit card. Just give it to me right now so I can actually go and rebuy the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It depends on what it is. Yeah, for me, it depends on what got broke. If it's an NES controller.
Yeah, there's millions of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my Vectrex controller. Once I get a working one, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
That cord would be wrapped around their neck, and they would be thrown through a window.
Wow.
Because you just got
All right, we know who's got the violent temper here.
That's that Chicago boy coming out.
Have you seen Untouchables? They pull a knife, you pull a gun. If they put one of these in the hospital, you put one of those in a cemetery, and that's the Chicago way.
more.
Oh, that's awesome. and very, very fitting. So I guess, like you said, Mr. Nikon, if it was something small or insignificant, well, not insignificant, but like a Nintendo controller, yeah. But still, even if it was insignificant, if it was a rage-fueled, temper tantrum, I mean, first of all, why would we be friends with that person in the first place? I mean, yeah, I'll get mad at a game, but I'm not gonna break anything. That just, you know.
Yeah.
And who would tear a comic? Like, who would, do that? I would. It's just childish.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Turf, if you're back, how do you feel about this question?
If it was an accident and it depended on what it was, I'd probably be like, dude, really? But it's okay. Accidents happen.
Yeah.
If it was something like a rage-fueled temper tantrum, I would beat the brakes off somebody. If they don't have any more respect for my stuff than that, I'm gonna beat a fool.
brake. Oh, that's great.
I'm gonna get country on them.
Oof.
Now, is country worse than going Chicago on their asses? So.
Country,
You know what?
I don't know.
You're saying we might put them in the morgue, or you put one in the hospital. You put them in the morgue. That thing, son. Where I'm from, they don't find the bodies.
And Zach, you're from New
All right,
Jersey, so I'm sure you got your way of.
So it's $15, little man. Put that shit in my hand. If that money doesn't show, then you're gonna owe me, yo.
I know that.
Moving on.
Love it.
Moving
All right, thanks for that
right
question.
along, we've got some more questions to ask now. Sorry.
Turf.
All right.
Try again.
All right, I got one. This one, it's directed at me, so I'm going to use it. And It comes from our brother Dash V on VG Collect. Does Turf play anything other than NES games? Yes. I know every time a favorite something comes up, I do preach about NES, and I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but I play PS4, PS3. I don't play PS1 and PS2 because I don't know, I'm weird towards those. Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Master System, Genesis, Game Boy Advance. I don't really play Game Gear that much. But yes, Virtual Boy. I play no, I don't, but I have one. I play arcade games. I play. Yeah. So the answer is yes. I play absolutely about anything. I don't have a Vita or a PSP. I have a couple games, but I don't have the systems. But yeah, Famicom. I don't know if any Super Famicom games. We need to fix that.
I sent you down that Famicom.
So the answer is yes. Do any of y'all ever get caught up in one system and just kind of get pigeonholed there, or not even get pigeonholed, but you pigeonhole yourself? You get stuck with one system and you tend to forget about everything else.
Whenever I get a new
Sometimes.
game, yeah, whenever a brand new game comes out, I'll tend to stick with at least that system for a while. Because I mean, as soon as I got my Xbox One, I pretty much ignored my PS4 for quite a while until Doom came out.
For me, I think I don't ignore systems. I just ignore games because usually I focus on one game or one home console and one portable console at a time. So I'll go between the PS2 and the DS one day or one game. When I beat those, I go to the Vita and the GameCube. So yes and no. If that makes sense at all, I don't know.
Okay.
So interesting question. I like that question. That was a good one. Very thought provoking. Well,
Thank you, Dash.
All right, Charles, have that one.
yes.
Let's see here. Let's see. Dustin from Facebook
Mm-hmm.
asks if any of us do you like Game of Thrones? None of us ever mentions it on the show. Winter is coming. I don't watch Game of Thrones. I never got into it.
Game. One singular, not multiple.
It's on HBO, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't have HBO, so I can't even watch it.
Yeah, same here. And we're the one weekend that it was free, My dad had it on. I just happened to watch a couple of episodes in, and I honestly the only thing I remember is two girls eating each other out.
Oh my.
Giggity,
All right,
giggity.
All right, here we go. Y'all aren't into Game of Thrones. I don't know if we can be friends. It's the best
Okay,
show
bye.
on TV ever. Seriously, ever. It's I don't know. I'm a big Jon Snow fan. I'm big. It's just Tyrion's my hero. He may be like 3.5 foot tall, but he's awesome. I can't believe you guys don't like Game of Thrones. I'm like a little bit hurt. I'm a little bit.
Well,
It's not that I don't
Like
like
we
it. I've
said-
never seen it.
it's not that I don't like it. I've never watched it. I've never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit what I saw of it was good. I just
Well, that's
never
because
really
you saw two girls.
Here's the question: can I start watching it right now and get into it?
No, because it's starting to wind down. Like it's starting to
Okay.
climax. Everything's been building towards now, and then it's like, yeah, I said climax.
It's especially bad when pretty much how you were introduced to it is it's like porn, only with a good storyline.
Oh man.
It's like an adult show with dragons. It's been referred to as dragons and tits. I mean, that may happen. But seriously, it's my favorite show, and I love Walking Dead. I loved probably something else in the past. I loved Alf, but it's my favorite show of all time. So
Game of Thrones.
I've heard the books are really good. I've never
Yeah.
read the books, but yeah, y'all need to check it out.
I'd rather read the books than watch the show personally.
So wait a minute. So you like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, and Alf?
Well, there's a lot more than that, but yeah, Alf's what came to mind. I don't know why.
All right, what's currently your guys' favorite shows?
House of Cards. Does that count? It's on Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It does
Daredevil.
count.
I like Chicago Fire.
Of course you do.
It takes place in Chicago. Chicago
Look,
Fire.
it's in Chicago. I love Chicago shows.
Doctor Who.
I love NCIS Chicago. I love CSI Chicago.
Doctor Who.
I love Doctor Who Chicago.
Oh man, Doctor Who of the Chicago accent. Yeah, I'm the doctor.
I went back to 1912, the last time the Cubs were good.
All right, let's move on.
Hey, they're
man.
good this year so far.
All right. Thanks, Winter is Coming guy, for that question. Oh, Lordy have mercy. Let's see.
That was Dustin. Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you, Dustin. Woo, mercy me. Okay. Zach Z, we'll go with you this time. Do you have a question for us? From someone?
You know what? This one it could be an interesting one that all of us couldn't still answer, though it's mainly directed at Turf. As you know, you are going for a full set of NES games, but if you were to go get another full set, which system would you pick and why?
Interesting question.
Turf?
Let Turf go
What
first.
system would I pick? Probably, if I was to pick another system. Okay, I'll tell you what. My next full set that I am going to get, assuming that I ever find stadium events or European stadium events, because I'm going to settle for that, it would be Virtual Boy. There's only 14 games. I think I can go ahead and get a full set of that. And if that doesn't really count, I think I would try for a Nintendo 64 set, because I'm already over halfway there, and most of them are cheap. I've got like 2 of the expensive games left to get, and anything else is pretty inexpensive. So there you go. Virtual Boy, then Nintendo 64.
Cool. Zach Z, what
And
about
then
you?
Master System, because I think it's a really cool system.
For those three.
I don't really. I mean, from the start, I never said that I wanted to go for a complete collection of any system. If anything, maybe the 64, just because that was my first system. But other than that, just pretty much like complete sets of game series, because I want to go for like a full Legend of Zelda set of Nintendo released ones. I'm not counting the CDI ones.
Yeah.
And I'm only 5 away from that.
Mr. Nikon, how about you?
I don't know. What would I go for a full set? Or maybe I don't know. Maybe just like a Genesis. I want to go for like a NES set too myself at some point. Maybe what else? Probably Atari 5200 since there's not too many of them out there.
Yeah.
So, and that's I don't know. That's probably it.
That'd be pretty interesting though. A 5200 set. That's not. There wouldn't be a whole lot of those out there, and that's kind of cool.
And those huge ass cartridges.
Yeah, they look cool, and they've got really cool cover art too.
Yeah, the only thing bigger than that Atari 5200 cartridge is like a Neo Geo cartridge.
Yeah.
And a phone book.
And a phone book.
Well, isn't one of those Atari one or Neo Geo ones the size of a phone book, anyways?
The MVS cartridges, I believe, are about the size. They're about like this freaking big.
Well, are we talking modern day phone book or one from the past?
Who uses a phone book anymore anyway?
That's why I'm saying it's so thin now. It's like, really? This is how much?
You darn kids are not knowing what a phone book is. Ah.
It's funny.
In my days, I had to send smoke signals.
You argumentative.
Yeah, well, times have changed, Mr. Nikon. I'm sorry to say. We got smartphones now, and thankfully.
Yeah, smartphones.
Phone books are good booster seats. I will say that. If you're short.
Smartphones for smartasses are. Anyway, how about you, Cash?
That's a good question. My favorite console is the PS2, but a lot of those games on there are stupid sports titles, so.
You don't like sports ball?
F that noise. So in that case, I would go with.
PS2 is shovelware. Actually.
Yeah, in that case, I'll have to go with. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Sega Saturn. I think there's a lot of buried treasure there that is still waiting to be discovered. So that's my pick.
It's an expensive one, but
yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm fine with the games I got.
Just win the Powerball and you'll be good.
When the part, yep,
you
exactly.
need more than Powerball to afford all that.
Well, thank that whoever that was. Thank them for that question as well. So.
That was from Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy. All right, let's see. Who needs to? Let's see. Who read that last one? Is that you, Charles?
No, that was me.
You? Okay, and Turf, you're up.
Alrighty, let's see. Let me slide over here to our question list, and I will say this one comes from I had to scoot over. Liz, this is one of Cash's ladies. If you had one game to play the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh.
Go ahead, Cash. You start this one off.
I know what I'd have to go with Saga Frontier. I could play that game till the cows come home. Do people still say that?
Yes. People
yes.
still say everything.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
We
Saga
do.
Frontier.
We do.
Real talk, that is like my favorite game of all time. I've played it over 10 times, and every time I do, it's a different adventure. There's so much to do. I love the gameplay. I love the graphics. I love the music. I just love that game. That's my number one, Saga Frontier. How about let's see, Charles? What about you?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure. No.
Okay.
I was just
I was
yes.
I would
disconnect
probably do Mega Man 2.
Oh, good one.
That's the first Mega Man game I ever got, and that's something I enjoy going back to all the time. I've got all the Mega Mans for the NES, and that's the one I go back to the most and play, since I know how to play it and beat it without a problem. The other ones are still, I'm trying to get through them. They're all hard.
Yeah.
Mega Man 2 is easy for me now, since I've played it for 20-something years.
Which wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. 19.
How about you?
One game. Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna say Mario Maker. That would be the.
Oh.
make infinite levels in Mario. Half the fun's making it, and the other half's playing it.
Yeah.
It would be, I think, an infinite good time. So there you go. I cheated. I said Mario Maker.
Boo.
Zaxy?
Oh, I'm really cheating with this. I'm going rare replay.
Oh,
30
well
games.
done.
Yeah. All right. Turf, you got trumped. A good choice. All good choices.
Yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
I should make you two play Bill and Ted's Excellent Video Game Adventure for the rest of your lives now for cheating.
Nope.
No. Just no.
No.
Charles, there's punishment, then there's just inhumane treatment of others. That's not
That's
cool.
like the
dude.
video game equivalent of like Marry, F, and Kill. Which one if you had to pick one of these, put
Yeah.
Bill and Ted and Deadly Towers and E.T. in there, and you got to play one forever. You got to throw one in the trash and screw one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the kill would be myself.
Yeah. A lot of
Boom.
marriages end in divorce anyway, so I don't care which one I marry because I'm sure a divorce would be right around the corner. America. So, thanks, Liz, for that question. Mwah! Love you, girl. All right. Charles, why don't you ask the next question?
Let's see here. This one's for you, Turf, from Facebook, and it's from Tyler. So, when you get your full set of your NES, what will you do to celebrate? And Tyler says you should throw a party.
Okay. Yes, I would throw a party for all the people around me that care about video games. So it'd be me and my son.
Would you have enough money to throw a party, though?
Yeah, after I quit buying games, I'll have I'll have all kinds of money.
But then
I'll be like Oprah rich after I quit buying games.
But then you'll definitely move on to another
honestly,
system.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would actually, what I plan to do, and what I've already kind of started doing it, is getting the PAL variants of the NES games. So that would be what I did. I'd move on and try to get the different cover art and the different. I'm trying to study up on that and looking at it, and I enjoy looking at it, and I think that's going to be my next step is the PAL NES games, the PAL exclusives, and the PAL cover variants because they're cool to look at, and I think they're cool to have.
Cool. Well, if you do throw a party, though, we'll be there. Well, I'll pop the champagne. I'm not like I need an excuse to, but still.
Attaboy.
I mean, yeah, that's
We'll
worth
be popping bottles.
celebrating.
Jenny will come by and take pictures.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
It'll be a grand old
parties
time.
I'll throw, you can't have a camera.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks, Tyler, for that.
So it's what stays at Turf's? Half of that Turf stays at Turf's?
Except for herpes, that stays with you forever.
And that's the second time this has been brought up, America. First time we were not live.
Yeah, we're not live. OPP cares about you, so be careful.
Yeah. Always remember, when you play hide the kielbasa, wrap it up. So, yeah.
I couldn't get herpes because I don't want to take the medicine for it because the side effects are like rollerblading and kayaking, and I'm just not into that. So I couldn't risk the side effects. You've seen the commercials, right? Everybody's
That's
so
not just
happy.
that one.
and
That's for all
they're, like,
those
hiking through the woods and
It's all those drugs. They'll say like side effects include nausea, headache, and they're like paddleboarding or canoeing or something.
And they're so happy, they're like, yay!
Have
I
you
have
seen?
indigestion, yay!
So yeah,
Have you seen the advertisement for the Deadpool Blu-ray, where they mimic one of those erectile dysfunction commercials?
not yet.
Deadpool.
So yeah, as Cash said,
It's funny because you got him saying just, if you have an erection lasting for more than 4 hours, you're welcome.
oh yeah, I did see that one, yeah. So as Cash said, we care if you dip your kielbasa, wrap it. You don't want to get deep fried.
Well, thanks Tyler for making us go on that tangent as well. Lord have mercy. All right, next question. Zach. Want to fire one away?
Yeah, great. All right. This one's on VG Collect from Sora, right? Or
Yeah, Sora.
Solera, yeah.
yeah. Do you think that Final Fantasy 15 will fix the fan base for Final Fantasy? I don't know how bad the fan base is for Final
I
Fantasy.
don't think they're that bad anymore. Like,
I mean, if you want a more turn-based one, you go over to Bravely Default. If you like what's going on with the modern ones, you keep with the modern ones.
I know there was a problem with the fans. That's news. That's news to me.
I know that a lot of people complain about Lightning.
That's because she's a strong, independent woman, and men are threatened by her.
No, she's just a bad character.
I love her. I think she's a total badass, especially in Lightning Returns.
I am woman, hear me roar.
You know, my main problem with her, so
What?
monotone.
Oh, because Allie Hillis's voice is so, like,
I guess.
alto.
I don't know, I've just seen stuff of it, and where, first off, I just didn't like the gameplay of it, because pretty much just mash A and win. Just make everything go on auto. And where, I don't know, just hearing her, it was very mono.
Yeah, and those are complaints I've heard all the time about FF13, and I definitely agree with them. For most, like, when you start off, at least in FF13, it's...
Yeah, and what, it takes like 40 hours in order to get to the good part of
No,
the
not
first
that
one?
long. No. It takes it does take longer than it should. I'd say about 10 to 15 hours before you can do everything. But
Yeah,
you're not
and you
actually...
know what? That's
confirmed
bad for a
though.
game. I'm sorry. That just is.
Well, the point of FF13 was it's a story-driven game, and I'm not saying what they did was right. I mean, the 10-hour-long tutorial it can really grate on you, but
You know,
the story is
people
all about the build-up of the story, though.
Wait,
say that Twilight Princess's intro was too long. Final Fantasy 13 is way worse.
Until you start getting the Crystarium unlocked, it's pretty bad, because it's, like Zach said, it's just mash A win. Later down when you start unlocking more things, though, you have to really pay attention. I'm actually replaying the first one right now, trying to get the platinum, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Granted, I skipped a lot of the cutscenes because I know it already happens, but I don't think there was anything wrong with the Final Fantasy fan base at all. I mean, people were put off by 13, but you know.
Like I said, those clamoring for more turn-based style, they got Bravely Default now, which honestly, best Final Fantasy game there's been.
Or replay an old one. Replay FF6. That's a good one. You know, there's options. As for 15, I don't know. I didn't know there was a problem.
15 looks good, I'll say that.
It looks like Final Fantasy Boy Band based on the covers, the pictures I've seen.
I mean, it's Road Trip.
Final Fantasy Boy Band Road Trip.
Oy vey.
Indeed.
All right.
Thanks, Soera, for that question. All right. Well, we're getting close to time. Turf, you said you had a special question.
All right, this one comes from our buddy Fighter Pilot on VG Collect, and he wants to know, Casual, you are such a cutie pie. I have to know, boxers or briefs?
Oh, Lord. It depends on the day, but usually it's boxer briefs. You're welcome. I thought the special question would be like for all of us or something. Well, actually, yeah. All right.
Yeah, that
Mr.
was a
Nikon?
question for all of us, sir.
Mr. Nikon?
Thank you.
I'm pretty much boxer briefs too.
All right. Cool. Turf?
I usually rock just the old school banana hammock. You know, for the ladies.
Underwear you wear.
Go ahead, Zach. I'll wait.
It's boxer briefs. I'm bored.
Oh, natural. Commando.
Free
Well,
ball.
I mean, I normally wear the tie whities on my head after a night of drinking, but
Okay.
I guess also boxer briefs.
Yeah. But yeah, usually it's boxer briefs. Yeah, all right.
You
We
heard
are
that,
OPB
America.
boxer briefs.
OPPB.
Exactly.
Apparently, we named the show wrong. The Boxer Brief Brigade.
Fighter pilot, a very interesting question from you. Sometimes I question your sexual preference.
That
That's
actually explains a lot, actually.
you what?
That actually explains a lot.
Hey, Jeremy, we appreciate that one, man. Thanks.
That was good. Yeah.
Thanks, dude. So, I looks like we do have one more question.
Okay, if we have time for it, we can do it.
Yeah. It's from Heather, another one of Catch's ladies.
Egger,
How many hours do you spend gaming?
as many as I can, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Next.
Until Jenny yells at me to stop playing the angry game.
I don't like the angry game.
Which the angry game is The Last of Us. I normally play it when she's asleep, and she says she has nightmares.
I do. I dreams about fucking
Aw.
zombies, man.
That's why you gotta protect your lady friend.
It's not cool.
Daxy, how many hours a game a day do you
I'm
play?
sure the new Doom game.
So you've been playing that a lot?
It depends on how I feel,
Yeah.
honestly. Because there'll be those times where I feel like just marathoning a game for all day. Other times just a couple of minutes, and other times I just don't feel like playing at all. Just would rather put something on and watch like an anime or a movie.
Yeah.
Fall asleep watching TV.
Chillax. Turf is gone.
we lost-
So we can't ask him. That was good timing on my part. Well,
He was like, "Screw this, I'm out."
Well, the amount of hours he spends on playing games he cannot reveal to us because he's under a federal program where he cannot reveal that. So if he tells us, he has to kill us.
Well, pretty much, I think his answer he just wrote on Facebook. Fuck me.
yeah.
Yeah, like with
First F-bomb of the night, I think.
I've done about 3 or 4 of them already. So
Okay, then we're good.
like with me, you don't even notice them. It's so natural.
Well, thanks, Heather, for that question. Mwah. So, that being said, with Turf being questionable and joining at random moments, I think it's time we start saying our goodbyes. I'm not going to risk it. So, Charles, where can we listen to this again?
And you can listen to us of course, here on the YouTube, on iTunes, Stitcher. We're on the Google Play. You can follow us on the Facebook, Twitter, our website.
OurParentsBasement.com.
My brain just shut down for a second. And and like us,
YouTube.
subscribe. YouTube, yeah. We're 1 subscriber away from 100.
Yeah. You know what?
We're
Actually-
one like away from 100 likes on the Facebook.
Yeah. You know what? We passed 100 likes on Facebook. I got a digital copy of Deadpool for you.
Look at that.
Look
We'll
at
have-
that.
We'll just have a contest. Just I'll make a post on the page. Just gotta like and comment on that, and where you'll be put into a random number organizer thing.
Sweet.
So whoever comes up will win a digital version of Deadpool.
Excuse me.
And how many subscribers have you got on YouTube so far? What are we at right now?
Don't ask.
Okay. So, hey, if we get up to 200, I will give a random subscriber a NES Advantage.
Wow.
Oh.
So,
I feel like I should give something away too now. Damn. Oh, I got something.
and you guys got to comment, to be qualified to get the thing, so I know who could get it.
If we get to 300, I'm going to give away this. This is a Hori PlayStation 3 fighting stick. These are awesome fighting game sticks, so it's yours if we get to 300.
Wow.
And we get to 400, I think Turf will whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
Dibs. I mean, we should probably end this show
That's
right
at
now.
500.
That's at 500.
500.
Wow, I just want one more person to like the Facebook. You guys want the 500 on YouTube,
But anyway, well,
which we're basically around a quarter of what we have on Facebook.
Shoot the moon.
Shut her down.
Shoot for the moon. Aim. If you miss, you land amongst the stars. So, that
Right.
being said, everyone, thank you for watching tonight. This was lots of fun. And we will hopefully see you all next week. Same time.
yes. Thank you. Good night.
Peace.
Later.